I have been tasked with introducing a man who really probably needs no introduction. He's been our Attorney General. He may be our next U.S. Senator. I know I think he's running for the Senate. I could be wrong. And he's also one of the proudest things. One of the things I'm very proud of him for is he's taken the fight to Washington as far as Obamacare, one of the biggest spending boondoggles in history. So, without further ado, and without carrying anything else on, Jon Bruning, Attorney General. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
Thanks, Brent. Well done. Well said, my friend. Let me get over here, Joe. This is Joe, my tracker with American Bridge. Joe, I want to make sure it's a good background so that when the Democrats in Washington, D.C. get a look at this, when you send this film back, they'll understand why we're gathering here today. It's clear, right? To cut spending now. Joe's a nice guy. I'm not trying to pick on Joe. He's a good young guy. He's just doing a job. But we need to make it clear the reason we're out here tonight is because the federal government is spending too much money. This year they're going to bring in $2.2 trillion and spend $3.8 trillion. That's unconscionable. We don't do it that way in Nebraska. Senator Fulton, former senator friend, we understand the Nebraska way. You spend what you bring in. And that's it. And when you have tough times, you don't raise taxes to get more. We know that in Nebraska. We know how to get it done. We're thrifty. I'm standing over there with Mike Friend, former senator, and I look and I recognize this letterhead. It's the box of letterhead when he got done being a senator. They said, well, we're just going to throw this in the garbage. He's still using it. That's how thrifty Mike Friend is. He's printing stuff on it today. Republicans know how to stretch a buck. Why throw it away when it's still good? Exactly. Listen, we can do better. We understand what needs to be done at the federal level. We're gathering here today. We're going to gather here tomorrow. We're going to gather here until the election next November because we want to make darn sure that our voices in this debate are heard. We want this great country to be great for the next generation and the next generation. We can't get to a point where we spend ourselves over the cliff, where we're down there like Greece, where there's rioting in the streets and nobody can get gasoline, nobody can get groceries because the economy's crumbled. We can see it from here, folks, but we can stop it. We can stop this train that's about ready to crash. We can stop it. It's going to mean we're going to have to tighten our belts. We're going to have to take some tough steps to cut spending. Some of those cuts are going to affect us. It's not always going to be the other guy that has to take the cut. Some of those cuts are going to affect us. Some of them are going to affect the states. Some of them are going to affect the counties. That's the way it's going to have to be. But this is the greatest country in the world. It remains the greatest country in the world. It's been the greatest country in the world since its creation, more than 200 years ago. We can fix it. We absolutely can fix it. We can make these hard choices. We've got to start by cutting spending now. Mike, thank you very much for having me.
Thanks, Jon.
Yeah.
Appreciate you being here.
See you, buddy.